Hey, everybody, welcome to Real Life Sci-Fi with Wade and Willie. I'm Wade.
I'm Willie.
This is a podcast about the paranormal and contemporary mythology. Join us on patreon.com/real life sci-fi for access to 2 bonus episodes a week, video feeds, and more. And visit reallifesci-fi.show for a bunch of links. And if you have a topic or guest, send it to wadeandwillie@gmail.com. And Willie checks it, I assume.
Oh, yeah. I'm always checking.
Let's welcome aboard the SS RLSF. He is a guitarist for the band Aquabats and a good friend who helped us out. He did a little cameo in the movie that is, we talk about it on here. So we're still working on it, right? We are, aren't we, Willie? We're still working on it?
We are.
Okay. it's Ian Fowles. What's up, Ian?
Hey. Hello.
Good. Thank you for being here.
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah. Okay. So I forgot that, like, when we went and shot at your place, like, you have a ton of books and stuff on all of this. What's your main deal? Like, what's your main sort of like kind of paranormal? I hesitate to use the word paranormal, but like, is it ancient Egypt or like what's your thing?
My biggest thing is probably rock and roll and religion. Trying to prove rock and roll is a religion was one of my big things for a long time. So I got my bachelor's in religious studies and American studies, and then I got a master's in cultural studies, and I'm almost done with a PhD in religious studies. So I'm fascinated by all the weirdness that is religion.
Have you done a thesis, or is that part of the PhD thing?
I did my master's thesis, and then I turned it into a book that I self-published, trying to prove rock and roll. It's called A Sound Salvation, Rock and Roll as a Religion. I have literally 2 copies left. I used to sell it. I have one here. Look at this. Look at that.
Is that Jimmy?
That is.
All right.
Jimi Hendrix.
And so the whole argument is that rock and roll is it qualifies as a religion?
Yeah. Basically, it fulfills all the criteria necessary to be called an actual religion. And so
what would be the 10 commandments of the rock and roll religion? or we could do 5. 10 is a lot, but like, what would be,
Thou shalt turn it up.
I shall turn it to 11.
Yeah, right.
Well, it doesn't have, that's the thing about it, doesn't have so many hard and fast rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
It more has the place it fulfills in someone's life as far as like identity formation and connection to the otherworldly in a way, right?
I got a question for you. I have a child also, and there are songs. So Moose is 8, and he loves songs that I love. So the first time he hears a song that I love, I think there's something in the DNA where he likes it already, and all genres of music, and it's crazy. Yeah,
and I think that's probably true. DNA, like epigenetics, right? You carry down you carry down some of the stuff that your ancestors had.
Does that
good and bad? But also a good song's a good song, right? No matter when it was made, and
What's the worst good song? Mine is Sweet Caroline. I fucking hate Sweet Caroline. Mostly just because of the people going bam, bam, bam. It's like, shut up, dude.
That's a solid one. Wow.
I know I put you on the spot.
I mean, probably like Don't Stop Believing or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if I'm by myself, I'll always finish it. But if I'm in the crowd, I'm like, oh yeah, just stop singing. Like, I want to hear it.
Yeah, it's a great song, but it did kind of get played out a little, unfortunately.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
Well,
it became the karaoke song, right? I mean,
yeah. Everyone's trying to close out. It's like, no, we got like a half hour left. Like, you did it too early.
Yeah, I think like the Family Guy or was some show even like is
The Sopranos.
No, Gravity Falls too. Like everyone kind of makes fun of that's the karaoke song,
I wanted to just say real quick, whenever I picture meeting an alien, if that ever happens, the first thing I want to do is like see if they know music, because I assume that like intelligent civilizations, whether they're from here or wherever, that they may not know what music is, and so I'm like, trying to create a playlist of what to show an alien.
What's your first track? What do you got?
Well, I mean, they're all electronic, so I need to work on it.
Dude, so Ian, what do you think about
It's
electronic music?
it's like what's those four notes from Close Encounters?
Right? Who was your first? When do you feel like rock and roll? Do you say that the Beatles or what was the first rock and roll? Was it
in the book, I'd say Elvis as the starting point. You can make arguments that it goes back before that for sure, but it was kind of for me, I think it's the big starting point, the big blast off for rock and roll, because he was so huge, right? And
right.
And it was like became a phenomenon, became way bigger than him.
Mainstreamed because no matter whether it existed or not before, that's when it was mainstream.
Plus, it scared all the olds. All the olds were like, "What is this? We don't like it." Yeah. What was your first love? The first band that you discovered? Well, was it Jimmy? I mean, like, you're a guitarist.
No, well, it was my dad had a pretty good sized record collection, and he had like the Beatles, Doors, and Zeppelin was a big one for me.
Yeah, me too.
That he played. He played that Houses of the Holy album, and so the song "Over the Hills and Far Away." I remember it starts off this light acoustic guitar, and then no comes in with the full band, super loud. It was like the sky opened up for me,
Yeah,
when he played that he had a big stereo, those floor speakers on vinyl, and he would just crank it, and I'd be like, yes, Dude,
I used to listen to Led Zeppelin before basketball games. I'm like, I don't know what anybody was pumping themselves up with, but I was like, I would even listen to Stairway to Heaven. I'm like, I need to get in the mood.
Yeah. Well, and it was also like Back to the Future, like the Marty McFly playing Johnny Be Good, like seeing that as a kid. So I'd like grab like a umbrella or tennis racket and try and do all the moves, because I didn't know he was just doing all the moves from everyone else, because I was just a little kid. So I was like, this is awesome, and I'm gonna jump up off the stairs and the couch, pretending that I'm doing this. So Chuck Berry, I guess, is a big one then.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, did you ever? You must have gone back and listened to Chuck Berry. I don't know anything about Chuck Berry.
Oh man, I love Chuck Berry. He's amazing.
What is it though? Is it like it's like more blues, isn't it?
I mean, yes, it's the progression. The chord progressions are blues based, right? But there's something extra in the guitar playing, I think, is what it is.
All right.
I mean, he's got a great voice too, but it was the guitar playing. He was one of the first guys to he kind of created a whole new way to play guitar.
Well, not if you pay attention in Back to the Future. He stole it.
Right.
Well, okay. Let's get to the WoW scale.
Really quick, everyone today is still ripping off Chuck Berry.
Right.
Like, it's that crazy influential, using these double stops, all this stuff, apparently the story is he couldn't afford a horn section, trying to make his guitar sound like he had a horn section as well. So he's playing these kind of leads with two notes at a time to kind of fill in musical space, and it turns into his style, and then everyone has copped it ever since.
Is that because there's nowhere to take the guitar anymore? Like, can no one else like create a new kind of sound?
Well, I think there's new sounds, and there's hopefully still places you can take the guitar. I just think that it's easier for beginners. And so you don't have to be super talented to be able to do the Chuck Berry stuff.
Oh, really?
No, you can learn that pretty early on and be like, I'm rocking, I'm doing it,
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So but it still sounds great too,
What's your favorite guitar?
But like not everyone can do like Eddie Van Halen, right? I mean,
yeah, but I don't know.
People can kind of do the Chuck Berry.
Why is it harder to do Eddie Van Halen? Like, what's the difference? I don't play guitar.
Just technically, like, way harder to execute correctly.
Strings, right? And you put your fingers in place.
6 strings.
See, this is how little.
Are you playing a ukulele? Wait, that's 4.
That's 4.
What's a five? Is it five?
I mean, they have 5-string basses, but those are horrible.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're just
let's
like, bad jazz with
do you
that.
play the bass too? Is it like impossible to not play the bass if you're a guitarist because it's way simpler?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's one string, right? Don't you just hit like one string?
I mean, you can.
We don't have to do a music lesson for Wade here. I don't know. I don't know enough. I'm a drummer. All I do is hit the fucking thing.
See, that's something too, though.
It's just rubbing your tummy and patting your head. That's all.
Yeah.
It is. Let's do the wow scale. Wow scale.
Are you a Wade or are you a Willie?
The WOW scale stands for Wade or Willie. It's a 5-question quiz. At the end of the 5 questions, I will give you a score anywhere between 0 and 5. If you're more of a 0, you're more of a Wade. If you're more of a 5, you're more of a Willie. I already know you're going to be pretty high up on this because I've seen your library. Are you ready to be Wade on the WOW scale?
Yes, I might be willing to be willied on the scale.
Yes.
First question, 3-parter. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they visited Earth? If so, have they visited Earth in the last 300 years?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Ghosts?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Do you have a ghost story?
No.
Okay. Where are you from?
Orange County, California.
Okay. Not a lot of ghosts
pretty much
out
home.
here. It's like, the further west you get in America, it's like the less history there is.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot of ghosts.
There's one book out there about haunted places in Orange County. Most of them were like old restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been to all of them and never seen anything but talked to waitresses there who said, yeah, for real, stuff's happened to me.
So it's actually something you seek out.
Yeah, not too much, but I'm curious. I'm
All right.
a curious person. Seeker.
Okay. Are you curious enough to believe in Bigfoot?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Was 9/11 an inside job?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. What are your thoughts on the multiverse? Do you believe that the multiverse could exist?
Yes.
Okay, shit. Well, I mean, you're a 5.
Woo!
You swept it.
All right. Finally.
Yeah, perfect score. All right. So
am I your first 5?
No. Well, we've been doing this for like 10 years.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Okay.
You're our first 5 in a year, probably.
Okay.
I think. Let's get to the topic. Willie, hit us with it.
Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi, Lemuria, the legendary lost land said to predate recorded history. Was it a forgotten civilization, a scientific theory gone sideways, or something deeper buried in human memory? Our guest joins us while actively writing a book on Lemuria, bringing fresh insight, unanswered questions, and bold ideas. Let's step into the space where myth, history, and imagination collide tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi.
So, okay, you're writing a book on Lemuria. This is the book you guys were talking about before we started recording. I know.
That's why I paused. I'm like, well, no, you're writing it. Yeah.
I have started writing it. It's not specifically about Lemuria. It's more about Mount Shasta, but that really is involved. It involves Lemuria and Lemurians as well.
This is something.
Now, this is a fiction book.
Oh, you're doing
it's like a novel. Yeah.
That's cool.
And I mean, you could do a better job of me, but like Mount Shasta is a 14er, 14,000 feet, which, we're from Colorado, so we're surrounded by 14ers, but they all start a mile up. So for a 14er to be in California from fucking sea level, this is like a mountain with multiple volcanoes on it. There's, if you believe in energy vortexes, there's definitely like, all the things, ley lines, different lava cooling, different.
Well, but
it's been here forever.
Yeah. And also, I don't know about you guys, but I've been seeing it in the news lately, that I don't know if maybe this is just my feed. I don't know why I'm getting stuff like this, but it's somebody went into Mount Shasta and said that there's like a cave there. And if you go in there, but they never returned. And so now I don't know why it's news now. Are people looking for the cave? Is this even so? Is this just random that it came
No,
up?
no. There are a lot of UFO sightings there. There are a lot of people saying they see UFOs flying into the mountain. There's a lot of people missing there. A lot of the missing 411, especially the book written based on maybe some paranormal stuff going on. A lot of those stories are from there too. So there's a lot of, it's kind of like a Bermuda Triangle of the mountains. It's like there's a lot of mystery.
So
yes,
so why can't someone just go into the cave? Like why can't we just go into the cave? You can't find the cave?
Well, and that's a good question. There's lava tubes there, and there's a famous cave. I haven't been in there yet, called Plato's Cave. That seems like a really easily accessible one. But the lore is that underneath the mountain is a secret city named Telos that is populated with the surviving remnant of the lost continent of Lemuria.
And are they humans?
Essentially, yeah. Well, there's a whole lore that goes in stories about them, but there's a slightly taller. They connect with you with ESP and communicate with ESP, and they apparently have like a, they're taller, like kind of like Nordics or whites, in tall whites of the alien brand, but they apparently have like a kind of bump on their forehead that helps them with psychic abilities and stuff, and they can kind of apparently disappear whenever they want or become invisible whenever they want. There's a book that I stumbled upon 20 years ago in the grad school library where I was working on my master's. One day I was just in this library and I saw this red, I actually have a copy of it here.
Nice.
I saw this red spine with this gold writing just as I was walking past this rack of books. I'm like, oh, what is that? And I go look down and it says Lemuria, the lost continent of the Pacific. And I was like, whoa, like I knew about Atlantis, didn't know so much about Lemuria. And then I see this, like, what is this? You can see this like crazy, like golden idol kind of thing embossed on the cover. And then I flip open the first page and it's a picture of Mount Shasta with this caption that says, legend proclaims that Mount Shasta in Northern California was the last refuge of the survivors of the lost continent of Lemuria. Here, the tales relate the Lemurians established a secret colony preserving their ancient customs. I was like, so what is this, right? So I checked it out. I eventually bought my own copy. But it's also, like, the plot continues to thicken here, that it's published by the Rosicrucians. I don't know if you ever talked about the Rosicrucians.
We have loosely, especially when we talked about, following Shakespeare out of the ancient secret societies. They've maintained a good presence, but also they were strong enough to also not have a good presence. People don't know who they are, but they're very powerful. And I think Shakespeare was one.
Probably, if he was actually a person and not a collective.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother episode, I'm sure. Anyway, this is like riddled with crazy information, and the fact that it was published by a secret society as well just made me like so interested in this. And so I read this. I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. I'm taking notes. I'm like, this is so cool. And I'm like, the author's name sounds weird. Wisher S. Survey. I found out later it's an anagram for Louis Spencer, who was kind of like the founder of this AMORC as the abbreviation. It's like the American Rosicrucian branch. I think they're the ones who settled in Pennsylvania and then came over. But they published a lot of books. Like there's a whole library of books on esoteric, kind of proto-New Age topics, mind power, rhythms of the universe, manifestation, stuff like that. And this is one of the volumes. It's a huge library. So if come to find out, they have this like esoteric library in San Jose. So the first time I went to Mount Shasta on my way, I stopped in San Jose to check out. It's called the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum. They actually have real mummies from Egypt there, and all this other Egyptian artifacts there, and then this like kind of small esoteric library people can go in and study and check out books, and the whole plot of the thing has crazy geometry, and the architecture's all Egyptian and sacred geometry stuff everywhere. It's a trip. So anyway, yes, I've been up to Mount Shasta, oh man, probably 6 or 7 times at least now since that first time. The first time I went up was like 2010, I think. I just wanted to know like what's going on here,
Do you feel anything?
Absolutely. That's the weirdest part is for sure there's something energetically different. Have you guys been there?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But also like if you just picture the globe and you picture a mountain that big coming from zero feet, like if like just picturing magnetic fields and having lava tubes and different metals in a giant structure, like this has got to be like collecting energy at the very least, something that you could feel. Like I've heard a lot of people feel
it's amazing. It's kind of like akin to Mount Fuji in a way, where like it's totally flat around there, right, and just rises up out of nowhere, kind of thing. And as you drive up there, you can drive up onto the mountain pretty high up there. It takes some few switchbacks and maybe 20 to 30 minutes or something. You're not to the peak, but you're way high up on there. There's a paved road that goes like way high up there. It's really cool. But yeah, I definitely feel stuff around that area, to the point where my wife and I went there a few times, and then, a year later, she's like, I feel like we should go back there. Like, feel it calling to you to come back there, kind of thing, which is a weird feeling to have. Because I had the same one, like, yeah, I feel like we need to go back there. But, there's just a lot of cool stuff about it. The town's water supply all comes from natural springs under the mountain. It's untouched, unfluoridated, just comes straight out of, it's probably the most amazing water I've ever tasted in my life. Because the drinking fountains like in the town main street are just coming straight off the spring water.
How do they get away with that though in this day and age of bureaucracy, and they're just like untreated?
I don't know.
We'll just drink this.
Yeah, it's amazing. Because it tastes so good. The first time you're like, this is amazing. Why would I ever drink any other water?
Yeah. So when you went back, was that feeling of going back fulfilled in any way, or does it just keep happening?
No, it's just kind of like a magnetic kind of drawn to it, and it's been said that the Mount Shasta is the root chakra of the earth. It's been called. So if you guys believe in ley lines or, earth energy grid type stuff, that apparently some people think it's like one of the energy vortexes of the planet. And so
I'm into it. I definitely think that the earth is a conscious being that we can't understand. But have you read the book A Dweller on Two Planets?
Some of it. It's hard to get through.
So I have not read this, but I wanted to bring this book up because basically what happened is the first mentions of Lemuria was 1864. Philip Sclater, he's a British zoologist. He basically coined the term Lemuria to explain why lemur fossils appeared in Madagascar, India, and parts of Africa, and proposed some like sunken land bridge. And then eventually later on, late 1800s, also a German biologist expanded the idea and suggested Lemuria might have been an early cradle of humanity. And then even later than that, this person wrote this book, and he says that he did not write this book. Frederick Oliver. He published it under the pen name Philos the Tibetan. And he basically said that he would like go into a trance state and the book would write itself. The text was dictated to him by a spiritual entity called Philos the Tibetan. The process began when he was 17, and then the writing over 7 years, he wrote this book that was basically like channeled.
Yeah.
And then Madame Blavatsky and Theosophy like took on that book as a big thing. But it's just interesting to me that he wrote this book that was supposedly channeled from a being from Lemuria, and some of the concepts I have not read the book, but I've heard that some of the concepts in it were way ahead of its time, like even talking about cigar shaped crafts. There are a lot of cigar shaped UFOs within the last 50 years or more longer than that, but also talking about dark side energy, which is like 0 point energy, and mentioning a city in the city of Telos in Mount Shasta. This is like late 1800s, somebody writing a book that he supposedly didn't write. And
Yeah.
so there's a lot of interesting things about it. And talking about how it's called a dweller of, what would I say?
A dweller on two
Two
planets. Yeah.
planets, because it was basically like somebody living a life of Lemuria, but also like, in the realm of reincarnation or consciousness surviving at the same time in different times. I don't know. It's just like, it definitely got taken on by modern mystical
Yeah.
interpretations.
Yeah, and there's like a pattern of these kind of books that get channeled or experiences that happen on Mount Shasta. There's this guy named Guy Ballard. He started a like spiritual community called the I Am activity. He apparently was hiking on Mount Shasta. Have you heard this one? And he encountered the Comte Saint Germain, Count Saint Germain, as this ascended master, right? That dictated spiritual teachings to him, and he wrote it down. And that became, and I've read that one. That was actually pretty interesting. A lot of similar mystery school type ideas. Your thoughts create reality, and kind of Rosicrucian.
And all those things
stuff.
are now turning into quantum mechanics, just like that, like, yeah, we manifesting and
Well, yeah, you think about it, like we're in a more technologically advanced age, and so now we're using technological jargon to explain
the same
spiritual
things
activities
that have
or
been there the
whatever.
whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
When it comes to Lemuria, what's the
I haven't read Blavatsky, all of Blavatsky's ideas about Lemuria, but according to this book, when Lemuria is a continent in the Pacific Ocean that sank, that the last remaining survivors, it makes it sound like either Lemuria kind of was part of California or crashed into and became what is now California, and the rest of it sank. And that California is like its own, just the last remaining chunk of Lemuria. And that because Mount Shasta was the highest peak, that's where they fled to survive, and then decided to go down into the mountain and found a city there. So I don't think there's a consensus on where exactly Lemuria was, except it seems like perhaps the Pacific, somewhere in the Pacific. There's James Churchward, who writes that book about the lost continent of Mu, M-U.
Yeah.
Which some people think he's talking about Lemuria, M-U. But generally I think it's like the Atlantis of the Pacific, and that it was
right, except for I haven't heard of any, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no like descendants of what's it called?
Lemurians?
Lemuria.
No, there are for Lemuria, right? Because they're in Shasta. But what's the other one called? Why is it?
Mu?
Why am I blanking?
Atlantis?
Atlantis. There's no Atlanteans, are there? There's no
supposedly there. I mean, there are in this realm of Atlantis was real. Like a lot of Atlanteans went to Egypt.
Some people think that the Egyptians inherited Atlantean tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea of Wakanda was totally, I think, inspired by this, where it's just like, let's say that there was an ancient society that was technologically advanced, and some of them survived. Let's say that they built a city under the mountain after the waters receded. So the idea that I stick to is the flood myth probably came from a polar shift that flooded the entire world so much so that like not too many people survived. So let's say
Graham Hancock would agree with that, I think.
Yeah. And I also think that the Great Pyramid was under the water for a long time, and it might have been from this polar shift. At any rate,
well, yeah, I mean, the Sphinx shows signs of water erosion. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And so let's say there was a technologically advanced society that fucking got flooded and killed in a few days. And I know that we joke about how, well, I couldn't build an iPhone, you know. But
sure.
In these ancient societies, maybe this is me projecting what I think should have happened. I think that these people knew more, and if they knew more of the technology, could recreate that underground. And so if you picture a runaway society, a technologically advanced society that then after a flood is watching other humans try to bring shit back together, you know, there definitely are stories of after a flood, people giving societies information. Here's agriculture, here's math, here's whatever. But
sure, you've got the Samaria, right? I mean,
yeah, there's too many stories of this. But if you were a technologically advanced society, why would you run out and join the underdeveloped society?
Nah.
But why would you kill them or whatever? I mean, like,
no,
it's more like natural disasters, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
so
but this guy,
going about
the reason that I've heard about this is there's the guy who went into the cave and came back and got supplies or whatever, and then went back to see the cave more, and then just like never returned. So, like, is there stories about that they're like...
so Lemuria and Mount Shasta it wasn't really on anyone's radar until about, I don't know, less than 10 years ago, I think. Like, it wasn't getting talked about much ever until just the last few years. And a lot of the stories are negative. Like, and I honestly think it's almost to discourage people from checking into it, maybe, kind of thing. But sorry, what were you going to say?
There definitely are stories from 4 different indigenous people from the area that talk about how, you know, sure, the mountain is sacred, but that there are sacred people living there. And so it's interesting that they have ancient stories of weirdness and
well, yeah, I mean, there's also like Yeti types, Bigfoot sightings around Mount Shasta. And like you said, the UFO sightings, there's this phenomena that happens. If you can Google it to see pictures, tons of them. This lenticular cloud formations happen. And it basically just looks like giant UFOs that just hover around the top of Mount Shasta.
They can be round, they can be pyramid shaped.
So people are like,
crazy formations.
It's cloaking devices, right? Or, you know, so apparently they call the Silver Fleet is the name for the UFOs that come in and out of Mount Shasta. But, you know, there's just all kinds of unusual phenomena around there. Not too far from there is like the Willow Creek, where the most famous Bigfoot sighting was, right? You take that road, I can't remember what number, from Wairika down to Eureka on the coast. And I've driven that, and that's an eerie feeling on that road. And that's Willow Creek's on that drive. And it's Bigfoot stuff over there for sure. But
do you think Bigfoot is because you said they were tall, these I forget what they're called.
Lemurians.
Lemurians. Do you think Bigfoot's a Lemurian?
Oh man, that's a great question.
Right?
Probably not. These seemed like very human and kind of spiritually advanced, and not too.
Well, what do they do? Like, if they're just in this mountain, why wouldn't you come out? And
it says sometimes they'd come down to trade, like for supplies or, and they'd give some coins or gold or something to the people. And, you know, it seems like, there's a chance you could bump into them. At least that's what this book likes to say. Like there's sightings of them every now and then, and they can blend in. And that's where my book was kind of taken up, is that a descendant of them could look probably a little more human like us by now, and could blend in and could interact with them and our world. And anyway,
yeah, it could be like I mean, you're already doing the book, but like in my mind, it's like a Harry Potter thing where a guy who's like a giant, you know, but he's only like 6'8" or something. He's like a Conan O'Brien. He like learns that he's actually Lemurian, and he can like bridge the. That's what I would do. That's how I would novelize.
That's close. That's close. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
and
close.
He's a talk show host. But my question is though, okay, I'm reading about this Harvey Lewis guy who wrote the book under a pseudonym.
Oh yeah, Harvey Spencer Lewis, that's his name. The Rosicrucian.
Yeah, and Rosicrucians are like into the occult, right? I mean, like, well, I'm just reading that he was like he was with Aleister Crowley doing shit, and like, is there like why is it tied in like that to like?
Well, it's weird because okay, picture this, right? Picture Frank Zappa, right?
Mm-hmm.
my example is, if you are someone that's kind of like outside of the norm, like who can you relate to even? Like who can you talk to about regular things from your perspective? So I'm just saying, like, Aleister Crowley is a weird name that gets thrown into everything, but I'm just going like, he's someone that I think anybody could have a chance to relate to if they are anywhere outside of the grain.
He's a safe space to talk about your ideas, kind of deal.
Yeah.
I think he's a magnet for weirdos, you know?
Yeah.
Right. So okay.
But speaking of Frank Zappa, I don't know if you guys have read that book, Strange Scenes in the Canyon, about Laurel Canyon, and how Frank Zappa's dad was in military intelligence, and basically all the hippie movement was like everyone in all the bands were. Yeah. It's a fascinating read.
Jim Morrison's dad was like a Navy admiral. Like
the guys in the Birds,
counterculture people. Their parents were so high in secret military, whatever, that there's one idea that they had to go against the grain of this fucking control. And then there's another idea that they were basically all psyoped children to create a counterculture.
Yeah. To discredit the hippie movement, and which was starting, like the actual peace and love thing was starting to take hold, and the government like, no, we need war. So we're going to make the hippie movement look bad. So we're going to make them overdose and do all this crazy stuff. And
I'm like, that seems so legit. It blows
Well, when
me
you
away.
tie it in with that book, Chaos, with Henry Manson, and, you know, the clinic.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
Haight-Ashbury, where he's just dosing, they're just handing out, there's a CIA doctor handing out LSD to everyone there, and unbeknownst to them a lot of times. And
yeah, I know, dude, that would fucking make me go crazy.
I don't know. There's a lot to unpack there. Way big tangent. Sorry. You said Frank Zappa, and it got me thinking.
Well, it's interesting though, because it is like, I don't know. It's like, so.
Well, the thing that throws me off is in the realm of trying to control ideas and thoughts. Like, I have a crazy idea that's going through my head right now, and this has nothing to do with this, but I think about societies trying to control their inhabitants. And part of that control is not allowing them to question too many things. And this is why religion lasted for so long, because it was like they did such a good job of like, no, you don't get to question stuff, you know. But like now, as we are trying to expand consciousness or trying to figure out our place in the universe, like I feel like now religion is okay, because it's like, well, we're all just questioning things and trying to find a way to have answers for things. But when you add military and government into that, the control aspect of it is so terrifying because I feel like half of the stuff that I might believe in might be something that is out there for me to keep me occupied.
Well, that's the whole problem, right? I mean, like if you think like Photoshop is bad, like wait until AI kind of like takes over. Like nobody's gonna know what to believe, so it's gonna be that on like a mass scale, right? And an unapologetic like scale. Like, yeah, we're putting this out there. Everyone's gonna know it, but it's gonna be impossible to decipher what's real and what's not. So I don't know. I mean, like really all you're struggling with is like what is the point of life, I think. Like when you really boil it down to like I don't know what to believe,
but like
I don't know who's lying to me.
When I think about the point of life, I want a community to try to tackle this together. And so when I think about ancient technologically advanced civilizations, I just assume that they worked on it together. I know that, I don't think that they had brand names and billionaires, and so like take humans and put them together and try to make them work together, not against each other. I mean, this is why I don't think that anything works today, but also why I'm probably wrong about everything from the past. But when I try to picture the most intelligent society working together, and then I apply that to a Lemuria, and so like I have to think that I can't figure out what their society is or what they're doing or why they're anything.
How big was Lemuria? Do we know? Is there any kind of like hypothesis?
Let's go.
Well,
because
if it was that big.
What's the scale?
Is that Australia?
Over here.
Wait, is that North America? Are you showing North America?
This is the Americas, and this is Lemuria. So they have it at least according to this.
So oh my god,
huge.
So it's huge.
Wow.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
So there's no way, if that was populated, there's no way all those people work together, right? They wouldn't even be able to. Well, I don't know. How technologically advanced do you think they are?
Here's what I think about like Lemuria is like a lot of stuff has already been said about Atlantis, and Lemuria became like this blank slate for whoever to kind of throw new ideas at. And because like you had Edgar Cayce talking a lot about Atlantis already, and Plato had talked about Atlantis, but Lemuria is that lesser known vanished civilization that you can kind of say whatever you want about.
We got one too. I'm
yeah.
Who was the first one that led the charge on like
kind of I think maybe the one who most popularized it was Helena Blavatsky, because Theosophy was huge. Hardly anyone knows what it is today, but it was huge, and it was really influential, especially on mystery school, secret society types who were at that time really into the secret knowledge and that she claimed to have. And so, Theosophy has all kinds of spin-offs and influence around the turn of the century.
Well, catch me up with her. What's her
So
deal?
she's like she's like a Russian mystic who came to America and started Theosophy, like kind of a religion, but a religion of all religions, around 1875 in New York City, and started with like spiritualism, like talking to dead people, the table rapping stuff, the Fox sisters, that kind of stuff that's happening in upstate New York. And she meets Henry Steele Olcott, this kind of, what would you call him, like man about town, I don't know. They kind of team up and they have these ideas, and Theosophy brings for the first time to America a lot of these Eastern and pre-New Age ideas like reincarnation, yoga, ascended masters, Mahatmas.
Basically New Age in America.
Yeah.
So we have her to blame for like crystals.
Kind of, probably a little bit.
I hate her.
But we use crystals to store information using computers. You know what I mean? So I'm like, there's
Sure.
this weird parallels to it where it's like, if you can store information in it,
I mean,
can
there's
you store
crystals
energy in it? The answer is yes.
Right. There's crystals are great piezoelectric. They're in every
piezoelectric
watch.
is
I mean,
the
quartz
proof
crystals,
that
right? Quartz movement in timepieces. They keep exact time.
it is the credibility to the whole movement.
But anyway,
I think that it's
so
like
she,
legit.
in what way did she start talking about Lemuria?
She has this huge book she publishes called The Secret Doctrine. And that she goes through like the root races of the earth, kind of a history of the earth kind of thing. And I can't remember if Lemuria is the third or fourth root race, but the evolution of mankind throughout the untold eons up to our present state and beyond. And so Lemuria is one step along the path of human evolution.
Does she account for like literal evolution? Like, you know,
I think that so within all of these stories, I and I could be wrong, but I think that humans have been here a lot longer. And this is like different I don't want to say different versions of humans, but like a human society that was also that has came and gone and then rebuilt itself, that like is not a part of our history. So it is like outside of
I like that. I like that idea a lot, actually.
But then do you not believe in evolution?
I believe evolution is real, but I think that humans have just been here a lot longer. I just think that like our whole history of humans is just like, oh, we found a skeleton here. And when you find out how rare it is to have a fossil, but our history of humans is based on these fossils that we find. It's like turning into a fossil is winning the lottery. And our history is based on looking at these lottery winners. So
yeah. Well, I guess I'm asking, okay, so here's my question. You believe in evolution. You just believe that the time frame is different, but you don't, I don't want to put words into your mouth. You don't believe in alien
DNA
the whole Prometheus
messing with
thing.
I'm into the idea. I think it could be possible.
So you're kind of open to both, because we haven't found the missing link. So it's kind of like, well, fucking who knows?
I'm torn by the idea that 200,000 years ago, there were anywhere from 5 to 9 different hominids that existed on Earth. And we either killed off the other ones because we could have mated with them. Or
we probably did that too.
There was one that was kind of chosen, you know, and I don't know. That information might not be 100% accurate either, but I'm weirded out going like, why were there so many different versions of humans around that could have interacted and mated with each other, but also we don't have any information on it. It's just, it blows me away.
You know, we have the Book of Enoch. All roads lead back to the Book of Enoch, actually.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, it's a non-canonical kind of lost book of the Bible that talks about the Watchers descending and
it's fascinating.
The fallen angels creating the Nephilim, like essentially an off-planet species mating with humans and creating a new species. And
well, let's get back though
a race of giants. So
we talk a lot about like Egypt and stuff like that, and I feel like we almost mimic the world's fascination with Atlantis on this podcast. But we don't talk a lot about Lemuria. Would you say that like the Atlanteans and the Lemurians would have gotten along, or do you think that the technologies are different in a way that they would have like butted heads? Or are we talking about eons of different time frames and they wouldn't even have existed in the same time?
Well, if you're according to Blavatsky, I think they're at different evolutionary stages, but I think, like I said, I think you can throw whatever you want at Lemuria and say whatever you want. There's no kind of established...
we just do that? Let's be the Lemurian people and let's just start throwing shit out there and see what takes. They've got lava tower power.
Well, those are the lava tubes, right, in Mount Shasta, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of whatever's below the pyramids, we've got lava versions of that.
Yeah, yeah. And so in that realm, let's just say there was a society back then that went underground, and but they were also advanced enough to be advanced back then. There's no way they wouldn't. If you believe in Lemurians, then you have to believe that a lot of the UFO crafts we see today are theirs.
Wait, why?
And I think you also, like with Lemuria, talking about underground ancient civilizations, it's, there's an archetype. There's Shambhala, right? This lost land under the Himalayas, supposedly, right? That people go looking for. The Nazis went looking for it, right?
Yeah.
And you have like Hollow Earth themes popping up of Hades, Sheol, this, biblical kind of and Greek myth type underworlds of people and civilizations living under the earth, right? So Telos, this Lemurian city, is part of that genre almost. Seems like spiritually, but more the spiritually advanced kind, keeping to themselves, helping out humanity here and there, but just kind of staying off of our radar for the most part because we're not just advanced enough yet.
Just picture the monks, the Vedic monks. Like, they're not running around the world trying to tell them how to do anything. They're just like, they're keeping themselves. I know that they're not technologically advanced, but I'm just going like, picture a society that
Dude,
has
I wouldn't
a focus.
get involved. I wouldn't get involved in our shit either. I already don't want to be involved, and I'm in the
I
middle.
know,
of it,
dude. I know.
So I get it.
Yeah.
Well, we got to let you go, but I don't know. Like, what's the kind of like wrap up for this? Like, fuck, man. It's just. It sucks because I want these people to come out here and kill the president and fucking like free us from this shit. Give us your fucking UFOs. Like, come on, we'll be cool. We'll be cool.
I want to say this.
We will not.
No. when you were talking about that person that was lost in Mount Shasta, I'm like, maybe he didn't want to come back. He found.
Well, I was thinking about that too.
Europe
Maybe he folded himself in. Yeah,
he found.
Like if he brought him some fucking like raspberries, and they're like, we don't get these here. Fuck yeah, dude, come on in.
Hey, you want to check out what we got? We got these spaceships back here.
We're from the south.
But I just laugh going like, listen, if you believe any of this is real, you have a chance to have a communication with them then, like go to Mount Shasta, try to meditate.
Okay, but don't send people to their death. Like, be good at spelunking before you go.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying go into the tubes. I'm saying like I'm just saying like we have a chance to connect with intelligent beings, whether they're old humans or aliens. I'm like, put it on yourself to try. How would you do it? And it's got to be telepathic. So get in that mindset and maybe meditate about having
I want to
communication.
go. I will live with what are they called? Why do I keep forgetting this?
Lemurians. Just picture lemur. It came from like the lemurs.
Lemur.
Yeah.
Why? Why is it lemurs?
Because he thought it was like the disappeared land bridge of how lemurs got from
Madagascar
to Madagascar from India.
Oh.
Like, how could lemurs be on this island? How they couldn't have originated here? There had to have been some kind of something connecting them to where they're really from. And that's this unknown lost.
Isn't
continent.
that the Atlantic? Or am I wrong? When does it?
No, this is Pacific, but this is where it came from. The word.
Yeah, Madagascar is off the east coast of Africa.
Right. Is that the Pacific?
Yeah, well, it's the Indian Ocean, I guess. Technically the Pacific, I guess. Right?
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's water. It's all water. Yeah. I don't know where these lines got drawn.
I've been wanting to talk about Mount Shasta for so long. And
I forgot to say that Lemuria's on the moon. Do you guys know about the moon map?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Go. I mean, the moon map
what's the moon map?
Is blows me away.
But apparently there's a continent on the moon map that they think was Lemuria because it's not there anymore.
What's the moon map?
So the moon map is if you take the moon and you see the dark contours on it, ultimately it is a reverse image of the continents on the earth. And so people have taken the map of the continents, put them on the moon. It's fascinating.
It's pretty wild.
But the moon was formed by a planet hitting. Well,
I don't think it goes into how it was formed, but that at some point something happened that made
like
it
some kind
like
of
a point in time, a photographic
like a dark
explosion,
a dark room.
or
right,
where it imprinted at that moment, whenever that was imprinted, a reflection of the Earth, and you get like, here's all of our known lands. There's some other lands over here, and then there's land here in what was the Pacific Ocean. What is the Pacific Ocean? That's not there anymore. So they think that could have been Lemuria. So
that blows me away so hard. I look at that going like,
it's a trip. It's a trip if you get into it.
It's like when you try to see a face in something, when you see a face in something, like, oh, my mind just made this up. But the continents on the moon, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it's too accurate.
I haven't seen this. I would have to.
I'll send you a specific picture, because it's like,
send it to me.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ian, thank you for being here. And how's the book? Like, I know you said you've taken like 15 years off, but like, how far are you in it? Is it a thing that you're gonna maybe finish, or?
I hope so. Yeah, I think it's a fun story. It's kind of like, paranormal fiction.
I love that shit.
And
I know, dude.
And it goes into all this kind of stuff, but in a more fun. There's it's a chase by the government, and there's some special powers, some lineages.
Plus, you get like
some romance.
You get like Lord of the Rings type shit, but you don't even have to make it up, because it's just like some shit that you read about, and you can just
and you don't need to answer to anybody being like, actually, the
I can make it however I want.
Well, cool, man. Keep doing that. And then also, is there another thing that you wanted to plug? Or obviously, are the Aquabats like still going?
Yeah, we're still playing every year, man. We're out there. We're playing, Warped Tour last year, and on our own headlining shows, and we're still around. We put out a new record 2024. So we're still out there. Come see us. Man.
Yeah,
are you guys doing the erratic? What is it? What's the YouTube show that you guys made a few episodes of?
Well, we had our own TV show called the Aquabats Super Show. Yeah, I was on a network called The Hub, and then The Hub went out of business, and we did a little Kickstarter and had the Aquabats Rad Ventures, which was just our straight to YouTube shorts. And we don't have anything new on that front at the moment. But
all right, well, Willie and I will get together. Yeah. We'll pitch you some kind of fucking
Lemurian.
Jesus Christ, it's impossible, because I keep thinking of Rosicrucians, and I want to conflate the two together. But thank you for your time, and
this was fun,
dude. Thanks for being here. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Willie, any final kind of things?
I would say get your ass to Mount Shasta.
Let's go, man. I'll go. I know that if they ESP'd me or whatever, they'd be like, this guy's chill. He can come in. Right? I feel like I could just go and do that. I'll be like that guy who got lost or whatever. Just want out of here. I just want out of this.
I mean, if you're going to get lost anywhere, get lost in Mount Shasta.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. Go to patreon.com/reallifesci-fi. We're gonna
drink the water.
Oh yeah, I want to go fucking drink that fucking water.
That blows my mind. Willie's gonna set up some kind of shit. Listen, not to be a capitalist, but why don't we just start a spring
Mount
water?
Shasta beer?
Well, there's people like Shasta Cola, right? I think they originally were getting their water from there. I think.
No way.
I think Crystal Geyser started getting their water from there. I'm not positive, but there's like a brand that like premium brand of like glass bottle Mount Shasta water out there. That's really nice.
We'll give it a try. I'll meditate with it, and I'll report back.
Yeah, charge your crystals in it on the full moon.
Right. All right. Sorry, what's the sign off here? Thanks for listening. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.